What is up, guys? It is your boy Chin, that freaking Mark, riding solo this time around. As you may notice, your main man, Diggity D, wasn't able to make it because he is actually on assignment in the great kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Rumor has it he's trying to find Vince McMahon's morals. It's going ish. So, you're just gonna have to deal with this big old fat load. So we have Smackdown opening up for the night with the Day of New, talking about what the hell, Big Show, and also Big Show of all people, which is what we were all saying last week, let's be real, so I'm glad that they addressed it. Kofi just lays out a challenge for somebody to get their ass kicked, basically. He says he doesn't care if it's Sheamus, if it's Cesaro, if it's Big Show. Probably shouldn't have said that last one. And then The Bar and Big Show shows up. And then that turns into... One thing I liked before this match actually started was The Bar just kind of dick teasing, like, is Sheamus gonna be the man? Is Cesaro gonna be the man? Who knows? It was obviously gonna be Big Show. If you have the Big Show as an option, why the fuck wouldn't it be Big Show? I'd say this match was basically a highlight reel of choke slams. Choke slams to Kofi, just choke slams to Kofi, just choke slams to Kofi. Yeah. And not too long after that gackle of choke slams, the match just gets thrown out because I want to say the New Day runs in first, and then The Bar runs in, and everyone runs in, and then another gackle of choke slams occurs, and just heel game all day, every day. It was a short match. Next up for the night, we have ourselves a rematch from last week, that being the Usos versus AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. And it was a good match, but it just, all in all, ended the same exact way as last week's match did. That being, there was a miscommunication from AJ and Daniel because they're not a team. That's the whole story going on here, is that they're not a team, but the Usos are a team, and that's why the Usos kick ass. There's other reasons, but that's the moral of the story here. After the match, there is a backstage interview there, where the interviewer, total dick move, insinuating that AJ Styles might have kicked Daniel Bryan on purpose, and then Daniel Bryan just totally goes on with it, being like, yo, dog, you're being a Pinocchio about this, and keeps, like, doing that, and he's just calling him a liar, saying AJ Styles is being a liar. That's not very nice, Daniel Bryan. Next up, we have ourselves the video package for what I'm sure we've all heard by now, the fight at the WWE Performance Center between Becky Lynch and Charlotte. Charlotte was here just being face AF for sure. I mean, just giving the motivational stories to all the girls and stuff like that. And then Becky Lynch just comes in being a total bitch about things, but I love it so much. She's saying don't listen to her, she's not the real champ, blah 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 and all that. And then starts kicking the shit out of her. Doesn't really ask any questions, just starts kicking the shit out of her. It was the most wrestling fight I've ever seen in my life, for sure. And then all the girls break him up after they fight around for a while there. But it was cool. It was nice to actually see the whole thing play out because I just heard about it. After that, we have ourselves Rusev versus Aiden English. And I'm sure what will not be the last match in this feud. One thing I thought was really funny was Rusev and Lana knuckle bumping on the entrance. Hey, what's up, buddy? Knuckle bump. Good to see ya. Aiden comes out, he still can't sing, and his song is... it's basically just like a terrible bump and grind. He's just like, yo, Lana, I'ma get up in that. The match itself didn't really last too long. Rusev was getting the upper hand. Aiden was kind of like lingering to the outside, yelling at Lana, being like, this is all your fault, bro code. And she starts yelling at him, she threw her shoe at him, and then that gets Rusev into Machka Hulk ski mode. Like, he freaking, he was freaking raging. He put the accolade in like it was nobody's business, because it was nobody's business. They need to mind their own fucking business is the point here. Fuck off. Rusev is bae. I think this is just gonna evolve into more down the road, but yeah, Rusev wins with the accolade, holds that shit in for a good while. Quick match, gonna be more, for sure. Probably not gonna get the Milwaukee tape. Maybe we will. Probably not. Maybe. We then have ourselves a Miz TV segment with Rey Mysterio. It was actually really good. Miz was just being a total dick, talking about how Rey's just here to do the whole story of the little guy. And then The Miz literally calls himself the best in the world. Like, awesome heel work, bro. Rey Mysterio rebuttals with, I thought I was going to be here on Truth TV. Great, everyone loved it. Miz is just like, yo, what do you want, a dance break? Not here for that shit. Rey just said he wasn't here to be on a dusty talk show, he was here to get some action. And then that leads into... So yeah, all in all, this match was pretty sweet. Right off the mat, Rey Mysterio did that sweet little, like, it's like a slide under the bottom rope to a splash type thing. Love it. It was dope as all hell. Rey just pretty much had the upper hand for a good little bit there until he got a face full of post. And that definitely kind of slowed down his momentum for a good minute there. Miz was taking control for a while, but then at one point, Rey Mysterio worked himself into such a cool setup for the 619. It didn't pay off, but like, he kind of like hopped up to the top rope and then like whipped around into a Hurricane Rana that like sent the Miz flying over to the ropes. In fact, The Miz turned it into a skull-crushing finale. Didn't work out though. Got ourselves a near fall. Match goes on for a little bit longer. It's still just kind of back and forth. Rey ends the match with a 619, followed up by dropping a dime on that bitch. And yeah, it was a really good match. It was cool to see two guys who have worked together before working together again. There's been so much time in between though, it's just crazy. Next up we have Naomi and Asuka versus Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Whoever that is. Speaking of Mandy Rose. Okay, speaking of Mandy Rose, holy hell, Corey Graves was making me laugh my ass off. Was just emphasizing how much Tom Phillips needs to shut the hell up because Mandy Rose is making her entrance and she is the best thing on the earth. I was just there watching Smackdown, laughing my ass off, all by my lonely, cause Diggity's off in Saudi Arabia. That's where he's at. It wasn't a match though. The Iconics come out and they do their Iconics promo and then do some weird thing where they just point to their tummies. And then that is followed up by Lana coming out. And then Carmella comes out and gives us all that dance break that we had wanted earlier in the night. Then Zelina Vega comes out, throws her ass in the ring, and then it just breaks down into an all-out rager. It's just some build-up for that Battle Royale. For that Battle Royal. However you'd like to say it. That we're going to be getting at Evolution. It ended with Asuka getting the upper hand, so we can dream, right? Jacqueline for the win, Diggity. Shane McMahon came out and cut a promo next, which I totally wasn't expecting. He was just there to plug the World Cup tournament coming up at Crown Jewel, wherever the hell it's gonna be. Doesn't matter where it's gonna be. I have a feeling like if it doesn't work out, WWE's just gonna do what they did that one time that like they got blizzarded in for a Raw so they couldn't go anywhere, so they just like did a show from WWE headquarters. Crown Jewel might be taking place from the WWE Performance Center. Who knows? Could be lit, fam. Either way, Shane's just talking up the World Cup tournament that we have here and who should win. And a very well-timed CM Punk chant breaks out. And Shane just kind of takes it in for a minute, like, yes, okay. Has a great comeback, though. Says that CM Punk isn't in the tournament. Awesome. Great. Loved it. Basically, again, Crown Jewel is happening. Doesn't matter what you say. Doesn't matter who's been murdered. Crown Jewel, payoff. Shawn Michaels out of retirement. Fuck you. And then that leads into... Here's a match that we haven't seen for about a month. Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy. It's pretty much the same thing. Randy Orton's just beating the fuck out of Jeff Hardy. Just beating his ass down on the steel steps outside of the ring there. He's ear fucking him again. As a person who could be properly ear fucked, it doesn't really bother me, but I do wish he would just quit. Cause like, Randy Orton probably just goes backstage and smells his finger, which I know he already does, but he does it like more so now because he's been ear deep in Jeff Hardy. And it's just weird. Knock it off. Jeff Hardy's still just throwing his body around. He just totally bumped hard as hell on the outside of the ring there. Just no regards for himself. Match ends with an RKO. Who could have saw that coming? And guess what? World Cup tournament is definitely a thing. Crown Jewel's definitely a thing. Relief. Busted. Dunsky. Don't gotta worry about it. Enzo. That was Smackdown. In a nutshell. Diggity's in Saudi Arabia. Don't question it. That's where he's at. Like, follow, share, subscribe, chin that freaking mark. Look at this freaking cat. Look. She doesn't give a shit. Okay, bye. Jesus.